She didn't scream. She didn't beg. She didn't even cry. When the judge slid the divorce papers across the table, she picked up the pen, looked her husband of 14 years directly in the eyes, and smiled. Not a sad smile. Not a nervous smile. A knowing smile. Her husband Daniel thought he had broken her. He had no idea she had been quietly destroying him for 18 months. This is that story. If you're new here, welcome to Cold Reckoning. Every week we bring you real stories of karma, justice, and the kind of revenge that doesn't make noise until it's too late. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. And if this story hits different by the end, drop a like. Now, let's get back to Nicole. Nicole and Daniel met in 2007 at a law firm in Chicago. She was a junior associate. He was a senior partner. Charming, sharp, magnetic.
She was brilliant, graduated top of her class, spoke 3 languages, could read a contract faster than most people read a menu.
They got married in 2009. By 2015, they had built a business together. A mid-sized consulting firm pulling in just over $4 million a year. On paper, it was a partnership. In reality, Daniel made sure everything was in his name. It's just easier for taxes, he told her. You trust me, right? She did. For a long time, she did. The first crack came in 2019. Nicole found a receipt. A hotel. A city Daniel had told her he'd never visited for work. She didn't confront him. Not yet. Instead, she started paying attention. Over the next 3 months, Nicole documented everything. She wasn't emotional about it. She was methodical. She photographed bank statements. She took screenshots of transfers she wasn't supposed to see. She noted dates, amounts, account numbers. Then she did something most people in her situation never think to do. She hired a forensic accountant. Quietly. Privately. Paying in cash from a personal savings account that Daniel didn't know existed. Within 6 weeks, the accountant had found what Nicole already suspected. Daniel had been siphoning money from their business for over 2 years. Small amounts at first. Then larger ones. By the time Nicole had the full picture, he had moved over $800,000 into accounts she had no access to. He was building a life without her. And he was using her work, her effort, her years to fund it. Nicole sat with that information for 3 days. Then she made a decision that would change everything. She was not going to confront him. She was not going to divorce him. Not yet. She was going to wait. What Nicole did over the next 12 months is nothing short of extraordinary. First, she consulted a divorce attorney. Privately. Paid cash. Signed nothing. The attorney told her something critical. In their state, any assets acquired or moved during the marriage are subject to equitable division. But only if you can prove they exist. Nicole already had the proof. Second, she quietly renegotiated her role in the company. She started taking on more client relationships. More contracts went through her directly. She became, without Daniel realizing it, the face that clients actually trusted. Third, she waited for Daniel to make one final move. And in March, 2 years after she first found that receipt, he did. He came to her and suggested they sell the business. He had a buyer lined up. The deal was structured so that the majority of the proceeds would go through his accounts. He presented it like a gift. We'll split it. 50-50. I promise. Nicole smiled and said, "Let me look over the paperwork." She already had her attorney on speed dial. 3 weeks before the business sale was finalized, Nicole filed for divorce. Daniel was blindsided. He had been so focused on the money, on the exit plan, on the girlfriend waiting in the new condo, that he had completely underestimated the woman sitting across from him every morning at breakfast. His attorney told him not to worry. Everything was in his name. The accounts, the assets, the business shares. She has nothing, his lawyer said. Then Nicole's attorney walked into the discovery phase and dropped 400 pages of forensic financial documentation on the table. Every transfer. Every shell company. Every hidden account. 18 months of evidence, organized with the precision of someone who had once graduated top of her law school class. Daniel's face went completely white. The settlement that followed was not 50-50. Because when a spouse is found to have deliberately hidden and transferred marital assets, the court has the ability to award the other spouse a greater share as a punitive measure. Nicole walked away with 63% of the business sale, full recovery of the $800,000 that had been moved, and the family home. Daniel walked away with the condo and a girlfriend who left him 4 months later. I want to leave you with something Nicole reportedly said to a close friend after the settlement. I didn't want revenge. I wanted my future back. Revenge was just what happened when I stopped being afraid. She didn't fight Daniel. She documented him. She didn't accuse him. She proved it. And she didn't rush. She waited until every piece was exactly where it needed to be. If you're going through something right now, if someone in your life thinks they have already won, remember Nicole. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is smile, say nothing, and get to work. If this story moved you, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Cold Reckoning and come back next week, because the next story is even more unbelievable than this one. Drop in the comments, did she do the right thing, or should she have confronted him sooner? See you next time.